The arena roared with the cries of 10,000 voices. The dome above the Colosseum flickered with holographic fire, and the banners of the noble houses rippled in the artificial wind. It was trial day on Zyrath Prime, the jewel of the Outer Dominion, and one man stood at the center of it all. Alex Wren, a human far from home, armed only with a borrowed blade and his own determination. Across from him stood the champion of House Veyra, a giant, reptilian warrior whose scaled frame gleamed under the spotlights. The champion towered twice Alex's height and wielded a plasma glaive, its edge sizzling with murderous energy. Alex gritted his teeth. He hadn't come here by choice. Humans were outsiders on Zyrath Prime, tolerated as traitors and mercenaries, but rarely respected. Alex had been accused of insulting the honor of House Veyra's matriarch after a misunderstanding in the marketplace. He had tried to explain himself, but Zyrath law was clear. Any slight against nobility was punished in trial combat, which meant he now stood alone in the arena, his life on the line. The nobles watched from their crystalline balconies. Among them sat Lady Veyra herself, her long silver hair bound in jeweled coils, her emerald eyes sharp with disdain. Around her were her handmaidens, draped in flowing silks, whispering behind veils. They were witnesses to Alex's doom. The horn sounded. The champion lunged forward with terrifying speed, the plasma glaive cutting arcs of deadly light. Alex dodged barely in time, the heat singing his skin. He countered with a desperate swing of his blade, sparks flying as steel met energy. The fight was brutal, a clash of strength against agility. The champion's blow shattered stone and cracked the floor. Alex fought with every ounce of cunning, rolling, ducking, striking where he could. His arms burned, his lungs screamed for air. Then the moment came. The champion raised his glaive high for a killing strike. Alex feinted left, darted right, and drove his blade into the exposed joint of the champion's armor. With a cry, he twisted, using leverage and desperation. The blade cut deeper, through scale, through bone. The champion staggered, and then Alex wrenched the blade upward in a last, savage strike. The arena gasped as the reptilian giant split in half, collapsing in a shower of sparks and blood. Silence fell. Lady Zyrath rose from her seat, eyes wide with disbelief. By law, the victor of a noble trial earned spoils, and among those spoils was the household of the defeated. Alex stood panting, bloodied, staring up at the noblewoman who had watched her champion fall. A herald's voice boomed across the arena. By the laws of Zyrath Prime, House Veyra's champion has fallen. The victor, Alex Wren of Earth, now holds claim over the household of Lady Zyrath. She and her handmaidens are his concubines. The crowd erupted, half in shock, half in savage delight. Alex's blood ran cold. The beginning of a bond. Alex had no desire to own anyone. He tried to refuse, shouting up to the stands, but the herald ignored him. The law was absolute. To deny it would insult Zyrath custom and condemn him to execution. And so, hours later, Alex found himself in the halls of House Veyra. The palace shimmered with crystal walls and flowing waterfalls of liquid light. The handmaidens bowed before him, some fearful, others defiant. Lady Zyrath stood apart, her chin raised in icy pride. "You are no master of mine," she said coldly. "You are a human interloper who won by chance." Alex sighed, exhausted from the fight. "Believe me, lady, I don't want this. I didn't come here to steal your house or whatever this law demands. I just want to survive." Her eyes narrowed, studying him. She was beautiful, yes, but her beauty was laced with fire. The maids glanced at one another, unsure of what the future held. In the days that followed, Alex struggled to adapt. Servants whispered behind his back. Nobles sent emissaries to mock him. Yet he refused to treat Zyrath or her handmaidens as property. Instead, he asked their help to understand Zyrath's customs. Slowly, resistance softened. The handmaidens began to laugh at his clumsy attempts to eat Zyrath delicacies. They taught him the meanings of their dances, their songs, their laws. And though Zyrath kept her distance, She could not deny his respect. He slept on a cot in the corner of the great hall, refusing the luxurious bed offered by custom. One night, when the moons rose over the palace gardens, Zyrath confronted him again. "Why do you not take what you have won?" she demanded. "Because you're not spoils of war," Alex answered quietly. "You're people. And I'd rather have allies than prisoners." For the first time, her icy mask cracked. She looked at him not with disdain, but with curiosity. Rising conflict. But peace could not last. Other noble houses saw Alex as a threat. A human holding claim over a noble matriarch disrupted centuries of tradition. Whispers spread that he should be eliminated. One evening, assassins struck. Blades of shadow slipped through the halls, cutting down guards. Alex fought alongside Zyrath's maids, wielding steel against the assassins' curved daggers. Blood stained the crystal floors. It was Zyrath herself who saved him, loosing a hidden energy bow from her throne. The assassins fell, but the message was clear. Alex's presence endangered them all. "You bring ruin upon us," Zyrath said, trembling with fury. "If you stay, more will come. They will kill you. And me." Alex clenched his fists. "Then we face them together. I won't run. Not anymore." For a moment, she searched his face. Then, to his surprise, she laughed bitterly. "You are the most foolish man I've ever met." Yet in her laughter, there was respect. Climax, the trial of fire. The High Council summoned Alex and Zyrath to the central spire of Zyrath Prime. The chamber burned with golden light as nobles gathered, demanding judgment. A human could not be allowed to claim a noble household, they argued. It was an insult to tradition. The council decreed a final trial. Alex must face 3 warriors from rival houses. If he fell, he would be executed. If he won, his claim would be legitimized forever. The arena blazed once more. Alex stood with blade in hand, heart pounding. Across from him, 3 armored warriors snarled, their weapons glowing with lethal energy. The fight was chaos. Alex dodged and struck, sweat blinding his eyes. One warrior fell with a gash to the chest. Another lunged, and Alex barely parried in time, sparks flying. Pain seared his arm as a blade sliced him open. He staggered, falling to his knees. The last warrior raised his weapon for the final blow. And then Zyrath acted. She leapt from the balcony, landing beside Alex. With her energy bow, she loosed a storm of arrows, driving the warrior back. Her maids followed, wielding daggers and staves. The arena erupted in uproar as Lady Zyrath fought at Alex's side. Together, they brought the final warrior down. Alex delivered the last strike, splitting the warrior's blade and felling him in one blow. The silence was deafening. Then the High Council's leader rose. "By law, the human has triumphed. His claim stands, ending a new future." That night, the palace was filled with quiet. The maids tended Alex's wounds, their eyes filled not with fear but with loyalty. Zyrath stood beside him, her hand brushing his. "You've bound us together," she said softly. "Not by law, but by choice." Alex met her gaze. "Then maybe we can make something new. Not master and concubine,